All right, we're going to head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about that loss to the Jets.
Hi, this is Glenn, formerly of Berea. There's been Red Right 88, the drive, and the fumble that were terrible losses due to the consequences. You might add the 65 loss to the great Packers team in the title game. Yesterday may not be as memorable, I hope, but somehow feels just as much as a punch in the stomach. Maybe because it's more recent and maybe because those other losses were to good teams. How would you compare Sunday's loss to any of them? Thanks for the great show. I watch it whenever possible.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Tim, you just told me you wrote an article on this. Red Right 88, fumble, drive, all those were playoff games, so they ended the season. As much as it feels like that game kind of did some damage, still plenty of time to recover. Having said that, it's pretty devastating of a loss.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the article that you referenced is actually the biggest collapses they've had since 1999. So you kind of take out Red Right 88, the fumble, the drive, all those different things. So I was looking specifically at games since 1999, and this is as bad. This was one of the worst game losses you can imagine. It's one of the bigger meltdowns I can remember in recent NFL history. But actually, I did not have it as the worst one. And the reason I didn't is because, remember, 2001, I believe it was week 9, the Browns went to Chicago to face the Bears. They had a 14-point lead with less than a minute to go. 14 points. Now, if Cade York kicks that extra point, this game goes to overtime, and maybe it's right up there. But I have to also remember there was a touchdown pass with 48 seconds left that the Bears got to make it a 7-point game. They got an onside kick. Then they hit a Hail Mary as time expired off a tip into the hands of James Allen to tie the game. And the Browns still had the ball in overtime. They had a chance to win, but then the Tim Couch pass gets tipped into the air in overtime into the waiting hands of Mike Brown of the Bears, who takes it for a pick six, which he did, which is the second week in a row that happened. He did that a week prior against the 49ers. And the reason I said that game was worse than the one with the Jets is because I believe if you want to make a collapse more devastating, you have to kind of put yourself in a position to rescue the collapse. Sunday, the Browns only had about 20-some seconds. They maybe would have had 2-3 plays to get Cade York in a position to hit a 55-yard field goal in the dog pound end of the stadium. We already know just historically how nasty that is for any kicker, especially Browns kickers in the past trying to kick at that end of the stadium.